Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Cassie, and I am the creator of Cassie's Kitchen Creations. Welcome. If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, if you are a subscriber or if you've drifted by, stopped by, just happened to see something that caught your attention, you know that I prepared some DIY laundry detergent, and I told you that I would do a DIY fabric softener, right? Now, this is going to be a two-part because I did the liquid DIY laundry detergent using the Zote and the Fez Naphtha, okay? Now, today I'm going to tell you about just a basic fabric softener that you have in your kitchen cabinets, and that is white distilled vinegar. Some of you may already know this, especially if you're a homesteader. Some probably are new and you are not familiar with it. But this is called glacial acetic acid. It is a weak acid, and this is a very good substitute for a fabric softener. Now, what we do with the white distilled vinegar is that you have two choices. You can place it directly in your washer, or you can place it in the fabric softener dispenser, whether you have a top loader or a front loader, either or. Now, one thing about it being that it's a weak acid is that it's not recommended that you use this all the time because strong acids degrade metal immediately. It's a complete dissociation. Weak acids partially dissociate, so over time, yes, it will degrade the metal. So it's not recommended that you use this all the time, and there are measurements that you should follow, right? So now, what vinegar does is that it softens your clothes, just like the fabric softeners that you purchase in your local stores. What it does is like when you use DIY laundry detergent, or if you use laundry detergents that you purchase, like Tide, All, Gain, all of them, they all have soap scum. And that soap scum gets embedded within the fabric and the fibers of your clothing. Like white clothes, over time they look yellow, and everybody always want to blame it on the bleach that they're using. Also, if you have dark clothes, you can very well see it because it seems like your clothes are fading. So this is one of the reasons a lot of people have kind of gotten away from making their own laundry detergent, because they feel that DIY laundry detergent is, being that, yes, it is a soap, and it has nothing to do with just not being efficient, because I've used it for years and my clothes come out fresh and clean, and I don't have these issues. If you take the vinegar, for instance, me, it's just two of us, small load of clothes. I would use, and plus neither one of us have really soiled clothes, so 1 to 2 tablespoons of white distilled vinegar in my fabric softener dispenser will soften my towels. It will soften all the clothes that I wash. I have no problems. If you have someone who have heavily soiled clothes, like they work outside in the field area, if they are construction workers, just any career where the clothes are like dirty, they're oiled, they're dirty, they're soiled, I would say to a half a load of clothes, use a half a cup, and to a full load of clothes, use 1 cup of white distilled vinegar. Again, directly in your washing machine, or you can place it in your fabric softener dispenser, whichever you prefer. It works well either way, right? So when it breaks down those soap scum that's in the fabrics of your clothes, it also removes like body oils. And like if you wear shirts and you perspire, like the deodorant, like perspiration under the armpits, if you take that garment and take the diluted vinegar and spray it directly in the armpits, let it sit for like 10 minutes and wash it, it will remove those perspiration stains. And that's why I say like body oils. It also prevents like lint from clinging to your clothes, from pet hair clinging to your clothes. And just like fabric softeners that we buy, whether you use the sheets or the liquid, it also prevents static cling. All right, so as you can see, vinegar is a pretty good fabric softener, and I do recommend it. I use it sometimes even when if I was buying laundry detergent and I had to use all that before I made some more. I actually was using vinegar. I still use it as my fabric softener. It's very, very effective and very efficient when it comes to the cost, compared to your Downy or your any of the fabric softeners that you purchase. What's the other one? Snuggle. Those are the two most popular. So this vinegar is non-toxic, and it does not contain chemicals, which is why a lot of us prefer to prepare our own laundry detergent and also our own fabric softeners. I'm a chemist. I know what chemicals do, and it has nothing to do with not wanting. I don't want the chemicals. I don't want to introduce them into my body. I want to be as chemical free as possible, because a lot of the things that happen to us health wise has to do with our environment and what we introduce or have ourselves in the presence of. And everyone with common sense knows this. It doesn't matter what your degree is. I always tell people common sense will take you farther in life than any degree. Common sense. Read for yourself. Do your own homework. Don't take anybody's word, not even mine. Go and do your own homework. And then you'll be at ease. You'll have more confidence. As I do my own research. I try things. I test it out before I ever say anything about it. I make sure that all these analytical and technical skills that have been embedded in me all these years, I put them to work in my everyday life. Whether I'm cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, washing my car, whatever I'm doing, I apply it. And it seems to have worked fairly well. So this, as I said, is non-toxic and it's also chemical free. Now, I guess some of you say, how do I use it? Well, like I said, I would recommend a half a cup for like a half load of clothes if they're soiled, heavily soiled. If they're not heavily soiled, only 1 to 2 tablespoons is enough. If you have a full load of clothes that are heavily soiled, I would say use 1 cup. But don't use the 1 cup every day of the week. That if you're the type of person and you wash every day, and if you're washing like every weekend, like once a week, I would say do it every other week. I wouldn't recommend to use this on a daily basis, simply because the new HE washers, they are very sensitive, and you can use the DIY laundry detergents, but you do have to use distilled vinegar periodically to remove the soap scum. So you know you're not going to get soap scum like within a month or 2 months, then that's when you do it. Also, you can use distilled vinegar to actually clean your washing machines. You can put it on a normal cycle, hot water, and use 2 cups of vinegar, and it will clean your washing machine. And it's recommended that you do that at least 4 times a year. Okay, so that's 4 times a year where you're cleaning it with vinegar. If your machine is going to break down, it's going to break down. And as most of you all know, as I said, common sense will take you farther in life than anything. All of the products that we buy also break down our washing machines. Okay? It is what it is. Nothing built today is built the way it was years ago. And a lot of the things that we purchase today are not made in the USA. Food for thought. Okay? So now, again, clean your washing machine with it. Use it as a fabric softener. If you and I guess you say, oh, my clothes are gonna smell like vinegar. No, your clothes are not gonna smell like vinegar, because it partially dissociates, meaning it's gonna lose a hydrogen, which is a proton. It's gonna bind with the water, and it's gonna dilute it. And no, you're not gonna smell any vinegar, right? Because the ratio of vinegar, whether you use 2 tablespoons, a half a cup, or 1 cup, the ratio of vinegar to water is very low. All right, because we all know most washers hold, gallons of water, not, So if you want to whiten your clothes, like you have white clothes and they are dingy, and you've tried everything and you just don't know what to do, well, you can use lemon juice, any of the citrus juices, you can use those as well. You can use white distilled vinegar. All you have to do is take like 1 cup of white distilled vinegar to a gallon of water. Place it on your stove, boil it. Once it starts to boil, turn the stove off. Then you will, if you have like one of those little plastic containers, like a little pail that you can get at Dollar Tree, or one of the little pans, then you can transfer the water in carefully so that you don't get burned. You place your white clothes in, and you let them sit in that diluted distilled vinegar water overnight. And then you take them out the next morning and you launder them. And they'll be crisp, soft, and white. And most importantly, clean, right? So you can also use white distilled vinegar, like people who get their clothes altered, and at the bottom you see, usually for him, you see like little tiny holes, and you're like, I'm not sure if I want to wear this. Somebody may see the holes and think I have holes in my clothes. Well, if you take a white towel, put some diluted vinegar on it, and then take your iron and like press it over that, it will make those tiny holes, like a magic trick, disappear, and you'll never see them again, right? Also, you can use it like if you have an iron that's like sputtering, you can take diluted vinegar and you can, I dilute it if I'm putting it in my iron, or if I'm putting it on my clothes, I use distilled water. I don't use tap water, I use distilled water. And you dilute it, place it in the reservoir of your iron, turn your iron on, and you're going to allow it to steam for like 5 minutes. And after that, you're going to let the iron cool, turn it off, let it cool. Then you're going to take the iron, get like an old towel or just, terry cloth towel, and you're going to fill the reservoir with cold distilled water, room temperature distilled water. And then you're going to iron a couple of times, like 4 or 5 times, as many as you would like. And also shake the iron so that the water comes out the vents on the bottom. And if you have a steam iron, you just press it so the steam comes out. But you make sure that it comes out those vents, because you don't want any residue to be left on within the reservoir, which is the tank where it holds your water on your steam irons, or on the metal plate which has the vents on the bottom. So you want to shake it to let the steam, let the water come out, and then iron like several times, like on an old terry cloth towel or just something, just so that you're making sure that you don't have any residue left, so that then when you are ready to iron, a wearable garment, you're not going to stain it or soil it or get any of the residue on it, right? So you can use it to actually clean your irons, right? What's another way we can use it? It's a good odor remover. It removes like cigarette odors, any strong odors, pet odors, cigarette odors. If you are a homesteader and you're outside working on the farm, it'll remove those odors as well. And if you work in a fast food place and you come home smelling like grease, white distilled vinegar, it'll do the trick. It'll clean it, it'll have it soft, and it'll be smelling really good, right? So there's a lot of uses for just something right out of your cabinet, white distilled vinegar, in case you didn't know, right? Tip for the day. So it is a weak acid though, so there's 2 downsides. First, don't use it all the time, as I said a couple of times in this video. And also, it will break down elastic bands in the waist, elastic bands in sports bras, regular bras, undergarments, swimsuits. So it's not recommended that you use white distilled vinegar for workout attire, for any undergarment, swimwear, or anything like that has an elastic band on it, because it will break that band down. All right. So that's all for this fabric softener video. Very simple, DIY, straight out of the cabinet, white distilled vinegar, which has a multitude of uses. And it is acidic, and a lot of people say, oh, I can use baking soda. Yes, you can. Baking soda is caustic. But one thing about using baking soda, you're using it to clean. And what are you cleaning? Because it's an alkali. And what you're trying to remove from your clothes is an alkali as well. So an alkali on top of an alkali is not going to do anything but, increase the buildup. You need the vinegar, which is acidic, to break down those bonds. It's going to like neutralize, because it's acid to base, and then it's going like the soap scum, and it's just going to disappear like a magic trick. So no, baking soda is not, it's good for odor if you want to remove odor, and it's also good to put in your DIY laundry detergents to help remove odor, and to that's the general purpose of it. But if you need something that's going to make your clothes soft so they don't feel stiff or itchy, and you want them to be fresh, then you would need the vinegar, because the vinegar is going to remove the soap scum residue. And you can also use it to clean your toilets. You can use it to clean your sinks. And you can also use it to clean your bathtub, because there's going to be a lot of soap scum there, because, you know, you take a bath, you use soap, which is why a lot of people want to talk about the DI laundry detergent being soap and having soap scums, but you take a bath and you use soap and it leaves soap scum. So soap scum is soap scum. It's trade-off. Do you want it on your tub, your skin, your clothes? You know, personal preference. I use vinegar. It removes it from the tub as well as the clothes. Right. So that's going to be it. Thanks again for joining me on this video for DIY fabric softener, which is white distilled vinegar. I greatly appreciate you if you're a subscriber. I thank you if you just stopped by. Hopefully you will join us and subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up, which is the like button, either coming into the video or as you exit. It just helps to push the videos out into the YouTube algorithm, so that it's giving others the opportunity to see what you see, because you're acknowledging that this is a worthwhile video, is beneficial, and it's likable. Okay. Also, always remember to treat others the way you want to be treated, which is the golden rule. Always be positive, pass positive vibes. You know, speak to people, be cordial. Always wear a smile. I always say encourage yourself, motivate yourself, inspire yourself, and enlighten yourself. And therefore, you can also do those things to others. And in today's society, so much is going on. Every day you turn on the news, when you go to work, if you're in, you know, a big box store, in the mall, you hear stories. You hear people talking about things that are going on. And it used to be far away, and now it's like in your backyard, next door, across the street. So we just don't know what is going on, and who's suffering. So we should always treat people the way we want to be treated, with the utmost respect. Always be kind to people. I challenged you for the month of September to pass positive vibes, but as I say at the end of every video, let's continue this infinitely. Let's continue to pass positive vibes, spread positive vibes, positive thoughts. Hopefully, positivity will radiate off of us onto others, and we'll have more positive vibes than we do negative, and we can turn this thing around, right? So thanks again for joining me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you on the next bake, no bake, cook, prep, DIY, apothecary. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.